All it takes is one little click. In June last year, blood was spilt on the grounds of Kenya's parliament. The month before, the government, led by its president, William Ruto, proposed its annual budget, the 2024 finance bill.
If we are a serious state, we must be able to enhance our taxes.
By raising taxes, it promised to address the country's growing debt problem.
I vote yes.
But many young Kenyans, nicknamed Gen Zs, didn't see it that way.
Our members of parliament, the president, they are not listening to us at all.
People just had enough of everything. That is where it all began.
On June 25th, everything changed. More than 100,000 Kenyans hit the streets of Nairobi. Their aim? Occupy the parliament.
They were going there as owners of the house. It's a people's assembly, belongs to the people.
At first, security forces held them back with tear gas and truncheons. But as the day went on, tactics changed.
Every single time we went to the streets, we even had our hands up saying, we are peaceful, we are peaceful. But they still gun people down.
At least 3 young men were killed at Kenya's parliament: David Chege, Erickson Mutisia, and Eric Shieni. That evening, President Ruto gave his account of what had happened.
Today, an otherwise legitimate expression of the fundamental rights and freedoms of assembly was infiltrated and hijacked by a group of organized criminals.
Though he regretted the deaths, he thanked the security forces and placed the blame squarely with those he called organized criminals. Since then, no official investigation has been published, and no one held to account for the killings on June 25th. But BBC Africa Eye has been digging. We've mapped more than 5,000 photos and videos to reconstruct those killings.
You could see he's clearly aiming, meaning he was aiming to kill as a message to them.
Now, we can show you exactly what happened. We can pick out the killers in the crowd. We can reveal who they were working for. And we can offer an answer to one simple question. Was there any reason to spill blood on the grounds of Kenya's parliament?
When I came into office, I told everybody, tighten up your belts. I am not going to preside over a bankrupt country. I am not going to preside over a country that is in debt distress.
In 2024, the government produces another finance bill.
Taxing basic commodities, so people couldn't afford them anymore.
Over the past decade, our tax revenue as a share of GDP has remained stagnant. This stagnation is a cause for concern.
It's already really hard for everyone as it is, and the taxes are going to make life much harder for all of us.
The whole principle is that you must live within your means.
We have billions of Kenyan shillings lost in corruption every single day, and no one is held to account. The differences between how the common citizen is living and how the political class is living is...
People are just pained, and our members of parliament, the president, they are not listening to us at all.
This committee did indeed listen to the people of Kenya. from the VAT that was proposed on bread, to the border sector, to the eco-levies on diapers, on sanitary towels.
There was anger that was expressed yesterday on the streets.
And we start this hour in Kenya, where the security forces have clashed with hundreds of protesters opposed to tax hikes put forward by the government.
It was a Gen Z protest to begin with, young people.
The protests, they're not only in Nairobi, they're across the country. For the first time, it was the Kenyan people, the working class, and the middle class, and the lower class against the ruling class.
Even when we were on the streets, they don't understand why we are there.
We did the first protest on the June 18th arrest, June 20th arrest, and then we said on the 25th, we are coming back to occupy Parliament.
The atmosphere was extremely tense, but no one really anticipated what would have happened on 25th.
Honorable members, we have quorum to transact business.
June 25th, 2024.
Yes, order.
9:30 a.m. at Kenya's Parliament.
We are dealing with a very important issue of the finance bill.
Inside, MPs are filing in for the last reading of the government's finance bill. Outside,
it was a party. It was a beautiful party. Kids came out with Bluetooth speakers and their water. It was a carnival, the entire city. There was no destruction. There was no violence. There was only one goal. When we started reading the bill, we go to Parliament.
I'd look at every corner and every side. I really felt that this was it. This is something this country has never seen before. I saw hope.
My name is Ademba Alans. I'm a journalist by profession, currently in school. On June 25th, for me it was just a normal day. I knew people would just be there, shout, Ruto must go. People are live streaming on their TikTok, on their Instagram. And now the media is here. These things are being live streamed on national TVs. That's when I realized that it was going to be serious.
Honorable members, do we put the question?
By the time voting begins,
will as many as of that opinion say aye?
Numbers have hit over 10,000 in central Nairobi.
Would say, you know what, we're going to go all out. We felt this was possible, we would finally occupy Parliament.
But the police have other ideas.
Now the numbers start getting bigger and people actually start getting arrested. The police are everywhere. They're trying to push people back. People start confronting the police officers, not fighting them, but asking them, why are you arresting us? We are peacefully protesting.
For 3 hours, more than 100,000 protesters pour in from the east, the north, and the west. They unite and push towards their target, Parliament.
We are not scared at all. This is Kenya. We are one.
Order, honorable members, order.
Despite the chaos on the streets, MPs are still in the chamber.
I vote yes.
Ongili Babu Owino.
I vote no.
I was 100% supporting the demonstration. We were not happy in Parliament. There was a lot of lobbying by the executive, those members of Parliament who are in support of the finance bill,